So this guy is an Oscar. Now an Oscar is one of the most classic aquarium fish. They're very fast growing, very gluttonous fish. Now they used to have a real reputation as being aggressive, but the main time they're aggressive is if you feed them live food and if you don't keep them in a social environment. For example, if you just have two Oscars in a tank and they're not exposed to other fish, they do get a bit of only child syndrome and they can be a little bit aggressive. But as you can see, when they've got room, you find they're actually a very peaceful species of fish. They rarely cause you trouble. They're awesome to breed when you see them breed. They do come in different varieties, like that one's a tiger, behind it's a tiger. Then you've got a long fin albino and another long fin there. So they pair up. They're a beautiful fish to watch breed. But the main thing to be aware of Oscars is that they grow super fast and they're often a very interactive fish. They're a fish that you really get to know, and they're often described as being like a dog in a fish tank. Very, very hardy, just an awesome fish. Make sure you've got a good set of lids on the tank, because often they'll throw themselves out of the water when they'll jump out trying to eat bugs and stuff. Very, very cool fish. And back in the old days, it was common to see Oscars just lay flat on their side, and they used to call it flip-flop. But in general now, we don't really see that behavior anymore, because that was the old days when we used to feed food that wasn't as good quality. And when you feed low quality foods that might be full of like mammalian products or something, and they're having trouble digesting, that might be why they flip-flop. So flip-flop is like an old thing that we don't really get anymore when you're feeding high quality foods like Dainichi. The other thing is that these fish used to be prone to hole in the head disease, and we don't really get that anymore either. And that's once again due to higher quality foods. So if you're feeding these fish something like Dainichi color, you won't get any of these issues that we used to think were synonymous with the Oscar. So fish keeping is basically 50% water quality and 50% nutrition. So as far as food quality is concerned, probiotics from New Life Spectrum and Dainichi color, they're my favorite foods.